Good morning. Welcome and belated happy Easter to everyone. It is a beautiful day outside, a beautiful day to have a ribbon cutting ceremony, isn't it? My name is Eric Reed, and for the last 2.5 years, I've had the honor of serving as the executive director for the Stay Detroit Play Center. 2 years ago this month, actually, I believe it was April 22nd to be exact, many of you joined us outside these doors to participate in the groundbreaking for this facility. And now, today, we get to come together again to share in this momentous occasion. Thank you for joining us. The facility that we are all gathered in today not only expands the operating space for our center, it expands opportunities and experiences for this community and beyond. In the summer of 2022, once the COVID numbers started to subside, we made the decision to fully reopen our center, and we moved from serving 30 kids a day to 100 plus kids each and every day. The opening of the Matthew and Kelly Stafford Educational Center will allow us this summer to expand our summer programs to 150 youth every day, a 50% increase, with the goal of enrolling with the goal in the fall of enrolling 200 kids a day. And so a part of our mission is to expand, again, opportunities and to continue to provide new experiences for youth and families in this community. During this current winter-spring semester, we are proud to offer 19 elective activities in addition to our mandatory academic interventions. Academics is mandatory Monday through Thursday. Some of those activities that we offer, and I won't name all of them, but I have to name a few, include STEM and STEAM, robotics, drone programming, dance, photography, competitive sports and recreation, theater, social justice, fashion design, creative arts, college prep, debate, and wellness. Many of those activities are facilitated by the nearly 20 community partners that are committed to work with us to serve young people. Can we give them a hand? And while our primary focus up until now has been on providing after-school and summer programming for youth grades 3 through 12, this month we've expanded our program offerings to engage seniors and adults in daytime programming. And some of those opportunities will include a digital education program in partnership with Comcast and the City of Detroit's Tech Hub initiative, a nutrition education program, a gardening program, an arts program, a yoga program. This upcoming Thursday, we will start a soft skills development and job training program. And of course, you can't have a facility open for seniors without offering bingo. So during our time together, and are gonna recognize a number of individuals today, but I'd first like to extend a huge thank you to Dr. Richard Kuyten, who has been a great friend to Stay Detroit. So about a year ago, Dr. Kuyten contacted our Chief Operating Officer, Mark Rosenthal, and Rosie's in the back. Wave your hand, Rosie. So Dr. Kuyten gave Rosie a call and let him know that a friend of his was purchasing Davenport University facility in Warren, and there was a 4 or 5 story building, and that there's furniture and other equipment that could potentially be of use to Say Detroit. But Rosie had to come right away to come take a look at it. And so those of you that know Rosie, he got there within an hour. He arrived at Davenport University, and not long after that, we left that facility with 3 truckloads of furniture and equipment. And all of that equipment has been of use in this new facility as well as in our existing space. So we acquired all these items, 3 trucks, led by college hunks, and we didn't have a place to store it. And so, again, Rosie worked his magic, got in contact with someone at the Salvation Army in Warren, and they were gracious enough to store the equipment for 9 months until we were ready to move into this center. And so I want to give a huge thank you out to the Salvation Army and Chuck McDougal. And as well, a quick thank you to Gardner White for their generosity and support of the Say Detroit Play Center. And before I sit down, I also want to offer a thank you to Dan Leap and the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, as well as Trinity Health, who's been a longtime partner of ours. They manage our family health clinic in Highland Park. And to Ben Carter, Trinity Health COO, thank you. And now, just for a couple brief minutes, I want to direct your attention to the video screens.
One, two, three.
So if you all really want to get a laugh, look up on our social media, the Laurel and Hardy skit Rick and I did as the center was getting built. Our first speaker, I want to bring up a gentleman who's been an advocate for Say Detroit from day one, the mayor of the city of Detroit, Mike Duggan.
Well, congratulations, Eric and Mitch. I just can't believe this. This rec center was closed 15 years ago, And when the time I came in, it was pretty well falling down, and it was one of 10 rec centers scheduled for demolition. And the previous administration closed it down because they said there weren't enough children in this area that needed recreation. So to be in a space now where we had to build another 15,000 square feet shows you how important it was. But I heard a rumor 10 years ago that Mitch Albom was going to raise money for a rec center. He was going to do it in another city. He was running into some problems. And so I called him up and said, if you want to come to a place that'll spoil you, come here. I said, I have 10 prime properties for you, and you can have any one of them. He says, but if you ask me, the strongest community base, the strongest city council base is the Lipke Center, because there were people here embracing it and fighting for this center. I said, I think you can succeed here faster than any place else. As I'm sure Mitch will tell you, he actually toured each of the 10 centers. We left Lipke for last, so by comparison, he could see what the opportunity was. But if you had driven this neighborhood, and you've got neighbors here 10 years ago, this neighborhood was in a state of decline. There were a bunch of boarded up houses, some burned houses and the like. When Mitch Albom and Say Detroit came in here, they started at the rec center, and they got the Pistons to put in money for a basketball court. I thought that was great. They put in a computer lab down where the pool was. I thought that was great. They got the Illiches to do something with the baseball field. They got Matthew Stafford to build a football field, and an interesting thing happened. The need in this community for after-school and weekend activities for our young people, not just recreation but education, was enormous. And this became one of the most popular sites in the entire city. And it tells you what special donors we have, because Matthew and Kelly Stafford went to LA, Detroit never left their hearts. And they went beyond building a football field to do this so that the children can come study and get tutoring and do debate and these after-school activities in this beautiful new facility. And as I'm driving up and down the streets here, and I look at how beautiful this neighborhood is, they haven't just restored activities for young people, they've helped contribute to the comeback of an entire neighborhood. We'll always be enormously grateful. Matthew, Kelly, Mitch, and Say Detroit, this is what this city should look like. And from the very first day I got into office, a guy who was in my office every single week saying, we got to find a way to reopen the Lipke Rec Center. He was relentless about it. I know he's smiling today. Please welcome your Councilman, Scott Benson.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everybody. So it's just an honor and a privilege to be here today. My name is Councilman Scott Benson, and just so excited to be able to be a part of this and to be able to help gather the votes at the City Council table to make this possible, where we come into play into this type of project. So it's an absolute pleasure to be here today and celebrating this milestone of a new chapter in our community in District 3, which is a vibrant testament to the spirit of Detroit. A community, despite facing many challenges, has shown a remarkable resilience and a strong commitment to growth, and has attracted the eye of many who believe in that level of resilience and what it means to be a resident in the 3rd District. So, round of applause for that, please. And in the heart of our community, the Kelly and Matthew Stafford and Friends Education Center, thank you for that as well, stands as a beacon of hope and progress. Thanks to the generous support of Matthew and Kelly Stafford and many others dedicated contributors, we are expanding the Say Detroit Play Center by nearly 15,000 square feet right here in the 3rd District to a space that people said it couldn't be done, and it's being done. Thank you. And now, this project, it could not have been possible without the unwavering support of the benefactors. I want to express my deepest appreciation to Matthew and Kelly Stafford for their significant contribution and their commitment to the 3rd District and Lipke Center. In addition, Mitch Albom, the city of Detroit, once again, Kelly and Matthew Stafford, and all the others, including the community, and as the mayor talked about, who were committed to making sure that we did not lose this asset within the 3rd District. If I'm not mistaken, fought off scrappers, set up tents, fed children, all before we caught the eye of Mitch Albom and Kelly and Matthew Stafford. So having a successful and strong community that's behind you is also critical in the success of an institution and an asset of this nature. So a round of applause for the community as well, please. Now, I've been very vocal about my commitment to helping to build generational wealth, and nothing builds generational wealth like education. And so that is the most powerful tool as well to change the world. And so the Kelly and Matthew Stafford and Friends Education Center embodies our belief in the transformative power of education, equipped with a multi-purpose classrooms, a black box theater, and various learning labs. This center will provide a nurturing environment for our children to learn, grow, and explore their potential. And if I'm not mistaken, we're going to have a flexing gate level robot here as well, which I just learned about today. So thank you to our friends over here at Fanuc Robots and Flexingate as well. Dan Kennedy, our great partner here as well. And so just for me, as we open the doors to this magnificent center, we also open a new chapter for Detroit, one filled with hope, opportunities, and achievements. Our vision for Detroit is a city where every child, regardless of their background or income, has the support and resources to achieve their dreams. And this center is a fantastic and magnificent step toward that vision, but it's not just the beginning. This is just a continuing part of the saga of how we're working to improve the quality of life for our residents. And so once again, thank you for everybody that came out today. You could have been anywhere on this nice, crisp, spring, sunny day, but you chose to be here today to celebrate this with us. And thank you all for believing in this vision and for committing to the bright future of our children, for our city. And together, we will build a new Detroit where every child has an opportunity. And once again, thank you to Kelly and Matthew Stafford for believing and leading in that vision, and Mr. Albom as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Benson. Next up, we want to invite up Mr. Charlie Rothstein, the chairman of the Say Detroit Board of Directors.
Thanks, Eric. Happy to be here and really excited with this amazing expansion that's taken place, all catalyzed by the generosity of the Staffords, Kelly and Matthew. We thank you, I thank you, the Van Eslander Family Foundation as well. Your support's been great. And as a trustee of the Himmel Foundation, along with Hazel Carble, Bob Carble, David Wallace, just want to let you know that how happy we were to contribute to this fundraising that made this expansion possible. But what we did was the easy part. The hard part, the heroes, are the people that work here every single day to help these young people achieve their dreams and move forward to find better things in the future. And so thank you to all of the people that are here that are part of the staff of the Say Play Center, as well as to Say Detroit, the organization that, and if I could just ask for a round of applause. And of course, the superhero of all is Mitch, this guy that's got incredible vision and just an amazing generosity. You know, his ability to love and to care, and then to deliver on promises that he dreams up, just remarkable. We're all so fortunate to have him he's a gift to the city of Detroit and to all of us. And I don't know where you are, Mitch. You're somewhere in the... Oh, right behind me. There you are. Oh, gosh. I was talking about you, not behind your back, but in front of you. Okay. Anyhow, I think you all get it. If you've met Mitch before, you know how inspiring he is, and we're all lucky to know him. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlie. So this is the fun part where we get to introduce the young people. We talk a lot about programming and services and impact, but you all will get a chance to see and hear from a couple of the many stars that we have here at the State Detroit Play Center. And so I want to bring up Jeremiah Jackson. Jeremiah was here when the center started, and he's a 10th grader now at Cass Tech High School. So, Jeremiah.
Hello. I see a lot of faces that I recognize. Y'all should know me. I've been up here a couple of times. I'm a product of this center, and I will stand on that. It's really helped me throughout my life, being able to have this opportunity. Like, just the whole center in general. I grew up here. Like, I'm right around the corner. I'm from the hood. I only got my mom, single, born and raised. The center has helped me so much. Like, it's crazy. I used to come here. I remember the first day with Miss Foss. Oh my God, I was 7 years old. I remember my first day here. I ran back. I was with my friends, and they was like, "Oh yeah, it's the center." We hopped on the center bus. We came here from law and everything. You feel me? We got up in here. I seen Miss Foss in the back. She was cooking. She gave us the food. I was like, "Oh, that's Miss Foss." Miss Foss said hey to me every day. I came here. I said hey to Miss Foss. I saw Miss Foss. I don't see her every day now. Everybody getting old. We getting up out of here now. But that's besides the point. It's a full experience for every kid that gets to go here. And I want y'all to know that. Like, y'all are providing a lot for each and every kid that comes here. Like, I didn't have anything when I got to this neighborhood. It was just me, my mom, and my brothers. I signed up for the center. They gave me everything. That's where my life started, I swear. Like, from the age of 8, from everything else, this is my family. This is, all these people have helped me throughout my life. They've raised me. This is like my support system for real. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for giving back to my village, and you feel me, helping support other kids like me coming from a poverty state, and actually giving us the opportunity and a chance to take what's ours and do what's right in the world. I want to thank Mitch Albom and all our sponsors and the Staffords, and most of all, I want to thank God for making all of this happen. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremiah, for those words. Next, I want to bring up Mr. Richard Kelly, the Say Detroit Executive Director, and Rick, Rosie, and Mitch were the gentlemen who took a chance on me to bring me here to lead this organization. And so I want to say thank you to all three of you guys, but I want Rick to come up and say a few words.
Well, welcome everyone. This is incredible. Matt, I feel a couple years ago we were standing on a dirt patch envisioning what this would be like, and it's hard to believe, and here we are, and nice to welcome everyone here today. I'm the emotional one here. I cry during Applebee's commercials, so but I think what you've heard from everybody here is it takes a village. It really does. That saying, we say it a lot here. We don't do what we do without a lot of people involved. And a lot of people are thanking people up here today. I have a few people to thank as well, but I really want to just reiterate the staff that we have here is absolutely incredible. I just want to put it together. I don't think we've had one person leave in over 2 years from our staff. They want to be here. They're from our communities. They impact our communities, and we're just really grateful to have them here. But just back to that taking a village, I want to say a few thank yous. Ronish Construction Group. There's a bunch of the guys over here. Bernie Ronish right here. They actually built this beautiful building. They always talk about it was easy to work with us. It was so easy to work with them. And they really helped us to save money, got donations where it was appropriate. They put this together in no time. They worked with the city. They worked with whoever they needed to work with. And so thank you guys for that, really, truly. Ox is our architecture firm. I see a few of them sitting in the audience. Bob Hoyda, Anna Ellison, how are you guys? Again, they designed this beautiful space that we're all in today. And we couldn't have done it without you guys as well. A couple of our donors that weren't able to be here today, the Forbes family, the Forbes group, Somerset Collection. Every year we have an incredible fundraiser, our Radiothon. We just had our 11th annual Radiothon in December, and they open their doors to us and welcome us in there, and we couldn't do what we do without them. I want to give a special shout out to Artichoke Garlic Foundation. That's Annette Aronson. Many of you in this room know Jack Aronson, just an absolute legend in this community, one of the biggest hearts I've ever met in my life. Jack's no longer with us, but his family keeps the legacy going, and they're wonderful supporters, and I'd like to give them a quick round of applause. I do want to say, when we first had this idea to build this center, I remember Matt and Kelly were here in the parking lot, and Rosie walks up to him with a piece of paper with a building drawn on it and there's Stafford on the side of it and hands it to him. I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, we want to build an annex here." And I said, "Well, have you ever told him about it before?" And he said, "Well, no." And again, if you know Rosie, that's how things get done. I call him the elephant hunter, Rosie. And so when we did decide to do it, and Matt and Kelly took about 5 seconds to decide they wanted to do this. They were like, "We're in. We love it. We love what you guys do, and we want to keep doing it." But around that time, Kelly shared a post on social media that they had decided on their way out of town, they were leaving this legacy gift to help build this center. And that week after that post, we received over 1,000 donations. And so when you're leaving here today, there's a wall in our vestibule outside, and that contains the names of all 1,000 plus people that donated just in that immediate week, just to show what an incredible impact you've had on this community as well. So I want to add to that. I actually haven't even had a chance to tell you this yet, but after the playoff game this year, you guys were in town. On that Sunday night, and I'm not super technologically savvy, so bear with me, but someone posted on Reddit, "Hey guys, now that game's over, let's show our love again for the Staffords." And they posted a link to Say Detroit. And that Sunday night after that playoff game, we got hundreds of gifts flooded into the Say Detroit Play Center. So, again, I want to give one last shout out. Huntington Bank, we have some members here. We have the president, Mike Land, is on our board. Huntington was a huge part of this project and helped with some financing aspects of this. And so I just want to say a big thank you to Huntington as well, and appreciate you. And I'm hoping to get down to the tower for opening day on Friday, right? Beautiful day, beautiful day. So anyway, I will stop now, but as executive director of Say Detroit, I say I'm lucky every day. I get to come here and get to see the results of all of our hard work every day. And I'm the luckiest guy in the world and appreciative to be here every day and appreciative to see all these beautiful smiling faces today. Thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of this. Thank you.
So before we bring Matt and Kelly up, we've got a couple more folks that we want to come and say a few words. And next up will be State Representative Donovan McKinney.
How's everybody doing? Good, good. This is a joyous occasion, literally the day after Easter, so just glad everybody could come out today for this special moment. For those who don't know me, my name is Donovan McKinney. I'm the state representative in the current 14th House District. That includes this area, Northeast Detroit, parts of Warren, and all of Centerline. Grew up right here in this neighborhood. Literally bought a house a couple years ago right down the street near Outer Drive in Van Dyke. And for those folks who don't know my background and my story, is that literally growing up, going to high school, 9th and 10th grade years, in a span of 18 months, a year and a half, I attended 14 of my friends' and family's funerals, all due to gun violence, right here in this neighborhood. And so really making these investments with Matthew and Mitch and the whole crew, the mayor and the councilman here, this building right here has speak volumes to my life and literally have saved my life and saved countless others' lives. And so for all of you guys to be here today, it's not only a monumentous occasion, but this is telling our story as a neighborhood on the northeast side of Detroit, that kids like me that was growing up to kids out here right now, that we believe in you, that we're going to invest in you, and that we care about you. And that's what this building, to me, symbolizes. And so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but just wanted to, just tip my hat off to the team here at Say Play, everybody here on the stage, as well as everybody here, because you guys mean everything. We cannot do this alone. It takes a village, right? It takes a village to raise these babies. And it really takes all of us to make a difference and a change right here in our communities, right here in the city of Detroit. So thank you so much for your time, and God bless.
Thank you, Donovan. Next up, and you all are going to enjoy this, we're going to bring up Allison Woodard. Allison, like Jeremiah, grew up in the center, and also she's a Cass Tech student about to graduate.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. And happy April Fool's Day, but it is no joke how special today is. And I stand here today with gratitude and excitement in my heart for the ribbon cutting of the Kelly and Matthew Stafford and Friends Education Center. Not only is it an add-on to this building, but it is an add-on to this community. I remember my first days here and how excited I was to connect and make friends and just do and be more of myself. And that burning passion alone gave me more opportunities than I could ever imagine. Say Play has given me my first job, my amazing friends that I will never forget, and unforgettable experiences. Like last May, me and 5 other students went on a trip to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And when I say that was my first plane trip and my first time out of the country, it was crazy. Now, and to say that I had some of the most fun I've ever had in my life would be an understatement. And I learned a lot of things in Addis Ababa. I learned that one of the most important things that I learned was that happiness costs nothing. Absolutely nothing. And at Say Play, it is one of the most important principles because it costs nothing to make a child smile. It costs nothing to feed a learning soul. And it costs absolutely nothing to give thanks where it is due. And with that being said, I would like to thank you all for giving me and many students to come the opportunity to be more. And not only did you all help open and build these doors, you guys also helped open up the doors to opportunities, new connections, new friends, and new things for the youth of Detroit, especially amicable memories that you guys have even helped me have. And we all deserve to see the future of Detroit flourish. So thank you all for your time and your effort to see and be a better city. And now I am pleased to announce the founder of Say Play and my good friend, Mitch Albom.
This is a theater, and if we had a better theatrical sense, we would have ended right there. Sorry, I have to keep dragging this out. But when Mike talked about when we came here, he was mostly right, but there was a little more to it than that. There was a gentleman who had the keys to every single rec center in the city on a single rack of keys. And Rosie and I had to go to all these different rec centers and wait while he said, not this one, not this one, not this one. So I think we ended up picking this place because we just couldn't go through that exercise anymore. But we saw some rec centers that really were disasters. I mean, they were beyond repair. And when we came here, it was not only the community, as Mayor Duggan pointed out, but the building was intact, although they had stolen all of the HVAC equipment off of the roof, which is an amazing accomplishment. And I said to Rosie, well, at least it's an industrious neighborhood. They came up with a very clever plan to take all those things off the roof, so there's something here. And the pool, which is now the Deep, was full of mold and rotted out, and the hallways were dark and dank, and bathrooms and the lights, the basement didn't work. But we saw opportunity. And I was thinking on my way over here, what is this really about? I always try to sort of just sum up whatever I'm going to and kind of see if I can come up with a single word. And it's very obvious to me. This whole day, this whole event, this whole place is about growth. Just growth. Growth of an organization that we started called Say Detroit in 2006, which started with me staying at a homeless shelter and has grown into something well beyond I ever could have imagined. Growth of a really talented #1 draft pick, came in here as a bachelor and has become a man who puts his wife first on the name of a building that they donate. Growth of a hole in the ground that we all dug some shovels in not all that long ago into what you saw on that time-lapse photography thing, which astounded me, how this has lifted from the dirt into this beautiful building that you're here now sitting in. Growth from, I see people like Mike Tenbush, who helped us get this place started, and Mrs. Falls and so many other people, and they come back, even though, you know, they're no longer associated with us the same way. They're still part of this. And most importantly, the growth of every child that comes through the door here. That's the point of this place. To take somebody like Allison, who used to be shorter than me, and to watch her grow, to take Jeremiah and to hear him talk about his opportunities and thanking God. That's what this place is. It's about growth. And if you believe in the future, then you have to believe in growth. And that's what we're here to do. So I want to thank everybody a million times over who've already been thanked for giving us the opportunity. And it's a privilege, and I do believe this, it is a privilege in life to help children grow. It is maybe the greatest privilege that we're given. And I'm blessed to be able to enjoy it on a lot of different levels, and I'm happy and grateful that you are partaking in that as well. The A.A. Van Elslander Foundation was part of the people who helped make this possible big time. You know, it's Matthew and Kelly, but the Friends part is important too. And the Friends part ended up being almost equal on the teeter-totter. And the Van Elslanders, Gary, David, Diane, Jamie, and of course in memory of Art, did a fantastic job here, and they're here in the audience, so please thank them. The Tom Goris Family Foundation, if you go into the gym, a lot of those expressions up on the wall were Tom's idea. I think they came straight from Tom's mouth and went right up on our wall, and they've helped us tremendously. The Himmel Foundation and Charlie Rothstein, I don't remember if you mentioned them or not, but they were huge in helping us get this over the top. Construction costs grow. If you know anything, we talk about growth. Yeah, you start with one idea and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the Himmel Foundation really helped us. And this theater that we're in is named in their honor. So thank you to the Himmel Foundation. Thank you, Charlie, for that, please. And, you know, I'm about to introduce Matthew and Kelly, who kind of stars of the show of today's thing here, but I always believe in going small before you go big a little bit. And Jeremiah mentioned her, but when we first opened this place, we were lucky if there were 20 kids coming through the door. And when you're starting anything, it's the attitude that you establish that makes it so important. And that attitude is usually by the first face that you see. And for many of the kids who came here, pretty much all of them, the first face that they saw was Mrs. Falls. And Mrs. Falls was the home inside the building. She was the person who made them feel like they were coming to a place that cared about their growth. And whether it was cooking the food for them, which was important and which was her technical job, but I think her real job was being the love and the heart of the place when you first walk through the door. And we are blessed that she's here back again. So please say a big thank you to Mrs. Falls. There she is. All right, before I introduce Kelly and Matthew, we have a little 1-minute thank you video that was constructed, so please watch the screens. Thank you for that video. And now I want to welcome the two people whose names are first up on this building here. And, Matthew tends to sometimes say that I am good at talking him and other people into things. And there may be an element of truth to that, but I couldn't have talked either one of these two people into anything that wasn't in their hearts already. And the fact is that they actually came to us a number of years ago and said that they were interested in being more involved in charities and actually asked if we had, some opportunities, which isn't usually the way it works. Usually you go knocking and begging and say, we have this opportunity, you try to match them. But they were interested in getting involved in the community and getting more involved with kids. And when we proposed the idea of a football field, they jumped at that and built a first-class NFL field here. And usually when people make the investment that they did in that, that's maybe the one time that you get involved with them. But the fact is they continue to be involved in this center. They continue to come out here periodically. Matthew would come play with the kids, much against probably his contract because he played some basketball, and I don't think that was allowed. Kelly would come and do cheerleading programs with the kids. Sometimes I would just get a call from the center saying, do you know that Kelly and Matthew are over here? And I said, okay. And I said, aren't you supposed to be here? I said, no, I didn't know they were coming. And they would just drop by on their own to be here. And then maybe the most remarkably, and I have dealt with a lot of athletes over the years and a lot of athletes' wives, but I still have never met a couple that after they've been traded, well, they didn't trade Kelly, technically. They didn't have her rights. But after he was traded, they still said, what can we do for the city? We want to do something on the way out. And it coincided with this center and our need for this center. And had they not jump-started that, remember what time it was and what was going on with COVID and everything, we never would have been able to build this. You need a jump start like that. And the fact that they donated that extraordinary amount of money when they were heading to a new city, I didn't have anything to do with that. That was just in their hearts, and that's the kind of people they are. And the fact that they came back here and are reveling in this place and still are as much Detroit as they've ever been, even though he wears different colors when he plays football, says a lot about who these two people are. And I really couldn't be prouder to see two names up on that building than Kelly and Matthew Stafford. So please welcome them back home.
I will keep it short and sweet, but I just first want to say thank you to everybody for being here today and for all the support that you've helped, or that you've given to help bring this place to light. I was kind of struggling with, what do I say here today that, really can grasp the full picture of this entire place. And it's hard, it's daunting when this place means as much as it does to me. But I was talking to Mayor Duggan earlier, and he, kind of came to me. He mentioned, he was just asking me how I was doing, and he says, do you have a house here? Do you still have a house here? And I said to myself, no, we sold our place when we moved to Los Angeles, and then immediately after that I said, well, I guess we're at the house that I have here. This is what brings me back, and it is true, and as impressive as this house is, and an incredible feat of construction. I wish I could bring you guys to Los Angeles. Got some things that we need done a little quicker up there, but it is an incredible place. Just structurally, the opportunity that's going to be, presented for the people that are involved in this, the kids that are involved in this every single day, is something that I'm really proud of. But as impressive as the house is, what makes it a home are the people in it. And Mitch mentioned that a second ago, and it's no truer statement there is. The people sitting in here, the people that are here every day, the kids that are here, that's what brings this place, to light. And it's an incredible place. We've had the opportunity to be involved with it for many years now. Don't see that changing anytime soon. And again, just thank you so much to everybody through all the years, for all the help that you've given us and to the community and to the kids. This is a special home that I feel like, as you heard from these two kids, impressive as it is, not kids, shoot, adults, that was an impressive speech, but what we can do for the people around here, what we can do for the kids around here is an amazing thing, and something that I'm really proud to be a part of.
I'll try to be quick too, but we went to breakfast this morning at a place called Motown's. It's right across the corner. It's a little family-owned restaurant. I don't know if anyone knows of it. And this nice lady was talking to us. She was like, well, where are you guys from? We're like, well, we flew in actually. Long story, but we spent 12 years here, and we started talking. She was like, well, why are you here? And I said, well, we're actually visiting the Save Play Center just, 2 streets over? Yeah. And she looked at us, she was like, that place is so amazing. She was like, that has really changed this neighborhood. And it's something that we are incredibly proud of, and that we have been thanked numerous times today, but to be honest, it's all of you that we should be thanking. We were raised by the community of Michigan. We were kids when we came here. You guys groomed us to be the people we are today, and we are so honestly proud to give back to the community that gave us so much, and to watch these kids turn into adults. I mean, I've seen a few faces. I know Matthew's out there too, who now works for Say Play. He's one of the first kids that we met when we started coming, just playing basketball and things like that. But we are so grateful to just the community that is Michigan. You guys are an incredible breed of people, and it's rare. I will say that. We've lived a lot of places now, and there's no one like Michiganders. So we are incredibly proud to give back to the state that gave us so much, and basically, I would say, raised us to the people we are. So, and thank you again, the staff. I mean, again, that's why the kids come. I mean, they're not coming for us. They're coming, Mrs. Falls and all the staff here that love them like they're their own. So, as we said, it takes a village, and you guys are that village. And hopefully we can keep coming back, and you guys will welcome us back with open arms. I mean, I think the playoff loss helps, right? Like, so there you go. But with that said, thank you guys again for having us back, and we're so excited to see, what this place does and turns into in the future. So thank you again. And I think now is ribbon cutting? All right.
Appreciate it.